This bomb will go off in 10 seconds. You're listening to the Pipe Bomb Podcast with James, Nick, Gigi, Josh, Sam, and Tom. Ring the bell. 1.
Don't be embarrassed. No, go ahead. There it is. It says, "You're so lame." Does everybody here think I'm lame? Really? 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 You know, the best part about that sign is it's spelled wrong.
Hey guys, it's Jimmy James here, and I went to WWE Live this past week. Oh my god, just my little vlog type video of my experience at WWE Live this past week, the holiday tour. Had an awesome time. And I was there with my friend Diego, and he was like, when Lana came out, he was like, "Ooh, I like her," and I was like, "Yeah, she's very popular." So. But that catch though, go JoJo. Lana had a very fun moment. I loved her little promo that she cut there. It was awesome. She looked beautiful. It was a good one. And then we had a big show in Mark Henry match. Oh my god, you guys. Like, even my friend who's not a wrestling fan knew it was time to use the bathroom because he got up and walked away. And then we had the Divas come out. Oh my god, amazing. The Divas came out, everybody legit ran back to their stage, and it really made me feel happy that they ran back to the stance, and it really made me happy that like people like are excited for Diva matches now. And the Diva match with Charlotte, Becky, and Paige was very fun. It was a good match.
Well done.
And then we had Cena, who was surprisingly like really over in my hometown. Cena lives he grew up maybe like 45 minutes away from where I live, and it was really nice for Cena to come out and really get some kind of hometown love, I guess. I don't know, East Coast, New England. So it was, you know, he was over and he was surprised. Del Rio got major heat, and it was awesome. And I was one of the few that was saying Cena sucks, because a lot of people were like so into Cena. But they had a good match. Who else was there? Oh, we had Neville in the Miz. He hit the red arrow. It was awesome. It was sick. It was so like nice to see in person. Hearing the impact and watching him, kind of was like in slow motion watching it live. So it was really, really cool. Other than that, awesome show. I had fun. It went by really quick. It was 2 hours. I hope you guys like this vlog, and if you guys like it, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll pump more out when we go to WWE events. Alright, so have a good one, guys. Toodles.
This bomb will go off in 10 seconds. You're listening to the Pipe Bomb Podcast with James, Nick, Gigi, Josh, Sam, and Tom. Ring the bell. 1.
Just count me down from 5 just so I'm good.
Start now.
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the... Oh, fuck. I need you to count me down. I'm not used to this.
I'm keeping this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Pipe Bomb Podcast. I am Nick, and I am joined by James. How you doing, James?
Hey, Nicholas. Hey, listeners. What's up, everybody?
I just wanted to welcome all the listeners to 2016. If you continue to stay with us through all of 2015, we made a huge wave, and we're just going to keep it rolling. And so this is our first episode of 2016, and we have a lot of stuff to go down. But James, is there anything you want to talk about to the listeners before we get into everything?
I just want to say 2016, and wow, this year has already started off great wrestling-wise. Like, it's just so many good things to talk about.
Yes, we have a stacked show for you guys. So if anybody is new to the Pipe Bomb Podcast, we also have timestamps down in the description for all of our topics if you're a little busy or if there's something you just need to go and listen to. So let's get right into it. We're going to talk about WWE right now and what's been going on with our Divas division, because here at TPP, we are Diva fans, obviously. So let's talk about Charlotte, our Divas champion, and her quote-unquote best friend Becky Lynch and their little feud going on for the past several weeks. So James, I'm going to let you kind of take this over because I know Charlotte is your girl, and I know you've been so impressed with what's been going on lately.
So impressed. Well, lately we've been seeing Charlotte and Becky Lynch feud. Well, not really a feud. They've just been storytelling. And I know a lot of fans have been throwing shade because they want Paige in the title picture. And then you have the Bella team fans. You know, I mean, these girls have had their light. They've had their spot in the limelight. And it just got so boring. Like, I don't want to see another Nikki Bella match with Charlotte. I don't want to see another match with Paige and Charlotte. And I don't want to see Nikki Bella for a good time now. And I know she's out on injury right now. And you know what? That's a blessing in disguise for me. I'm just gonna say it that way. Even though I wish her a speedy recovery. I don't wish anybody injury, but Nikki Bella needed to cool off a bit because
well, as a fan watching the product itself, she was so dry. Like, let's be real here. Yeah, she's longest reigning Divas champion. She has improved her craft, but like at the end of the day, she was shoved down our throats way too much in 2015.
Yeah, and I feel it's so appropriate. New year, fresh start, new competitors, fresh faces. I think it's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. So, Nikki, no shade to Nikki Bella, no shade to the Bella fans, no shade to the Paige fans. Y'all need to stop and relax because everything that's going on with Charlotte right now is amazing. And I don't want to hear about the hate. I'm not here for it. But Charlotte and Becky Lynch has been telling us a story, bitch. We have been getting a storyline. So anyways, there's been a long build-up with Charlotte. Is she a heel? Is she not a heel? Where is she standing here? Is she really friends with Becky? But on Monday night, they had an awesome match. I loved that match. I thought it was a great match. Both divas worked really well, and I saw them at a live show. What was it? A triple threat match for Charlotte's title, and it was at a live show in Rhode Island, and Charlotte got the win, and her and Becky Lynch live was on point. Like, I loved watching those two work each other, and I was like, yo, I want to see more of them too. So I was happy to see that Becky Lynch challenged Charlotte again. So it was nice to have that backstage segment on Monday Night Raw to build up for the match. And then when Ric Flair walked out of the side of the camera frame, you were like, uh-oh, is he gonna come in and start some trouble? Like, it was just so great, and this is so great for Charlotte. There's actually some depth in her character being a Flair. So Charlotte, long story short, Charlotte tries to cheat in the match, and Becky Lynch rolls her over and grabs her tights. And after Ric Flair interfered in the match by grabbing Becky's foot, but Becky got the upper hand and ended up pinning the Divas champion. It was a surprise win. It was so deserving for somebody like Becky Lynch. She needs something like this right now. And she starts celebrating. She's looking back at Flair. She's really shocked, and she gets a vicious big boot to the back by Charlotte, which I loved. I loved that Charlotte attacked her. Not just a basic forearm to the back of the head. I loved that it was a big boot. It just showed how dominating and how strong of a woman Charlotte is, and how she was embarrassed that she was beat in front of her father, and she's the Divas champion, and she's so her character is cocky and pompous. So for her,
and sorry to cut you off, but she's not taking Becky seriously as a challenger as well. Like, and they've really been building that storyline wise too. So it's like, for her reaction to lose that match, she's like, "Are you kidding me?" Like.
Yeah, like, she was disgust. And the way that she was selling the whole loss was just on point. I love the beatdown. I love how Flair came into the ring. He was all approving of the beatdown. And Charlotte's just asking for her title. And then she tells her dad to raise her hand. And she's just looking at the crowd like, yeah, I did that. Ain't nobody gonna touch the queen. Like, it was just everything. Great storytelling from both divas. And I'm excited to see their title match on SmackDown. What did you think about this whole segment, Nick?
Yeah, just to start off before the match, I love that they're actually building this storyline with backstage segments. Thank you, WWE. We've only been bitching about it for 2.5 years.
Maybe longer.
Yeah, maybe longer, hell yeah. But yeah, it's really great to kind of see Becky really develop her character, and especially like you mentioned earlier with Charlotte, adding depth to her character. And a lot of people are complaining about adding Ric Flair into her to be like her manager, kind of her mentor right now. And like, they're saying that it's like, oh, she's just being everything like her dad. They're just ripping things off from that. But it's like, you guys need to kind of expect that in a case. It's like, she is creating her own character. She's just using the influences of her father, which is
Nick?
like.
Sorry to cut you off. Remember the episode of Table for Three, and everybody was like, oh, she's acting like her dad. She's doing this like her dad. She's like, he is my dad. And I'm like, exactly. Why
right,
not?
Where they're like, oh my god, you look like your dad. She's like, yeah, I was born from him.
Exactly. So it's only like, I was one of the people that did not want her with her dad. But after what they're doing with her and her dad, making her a heel with Ric Flair, hello, that's the biggest superstar. And like, these Diva fans are so... I'm sorry, Nick. Go on. I'll get into it.
Oh no, okay, carry on. They are stupid.
Like, it's so stupid to me. They say the Divas get nothing. They don't do anything with the Divas. This, that, and the third. Oh, the Divas this. They're putting a Diva with a 15-time world champion. There's no bigger star than Ric Flair. And you're putting Ric Flair in a Diva segment. That means more eyes on the Divas. It's going to be more important when it comes to a title match. Like, their title match with Ric Flair on outside of the ring. Like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Like, if anything, we should be happy that Ric Flair is involved in the Divas division right now, because we're trying to build up this division. And Ric Flair is helping out. That's what people don't understand. He is helping out this division. He's making more people give a fuck about the business. Excuse my French. I mean, give a damn about the division. But they just don't get it. All they want is the Nikki Bella and the Paige. Nikki Bella and Paige.
And that's the thing, though. It's like, when those two girls you just mentioned were champion, the whole Diva fan queendom was like, oh, she's a boring champion. I hate her. Oh, she's horrible. Nikki Bella, oh, I just want her to lose the title. So we finally get 3 fresh faces from NXT, the best women that we've had, and we're praising for the year and a half. And then they're up there. Charlotte becomes champion. Oh, she's boring. She's just using her dad. It's like, honest to God, like, I love how you pinpointed exactly what Ric Flair is doing and helping these women and elevating the Divas division and elevating Becky Lynch as a face as well. Like, she's getting over with this crowd because Ric Flair's messing with her, you know? Like, it's just interesting, and it's a fun storyline, and I'm really liking how Becky is getting this exposure because she's becoming one of those top baby faces in the Divas division, which they need on main roster right now. Mm-hmm. So, and just to go on to the match, I love their chemistry together. Like, I'm definitely here for Charlotte-Sasha matches, definitely here for Bayley-Sasha matches, and Becky and Sasha had an amazing match too, but we never really seen a full kind of high-end feud between Becky and Charlotte. We've seen a couple matches on NXT back in the day, but now seeing them on main roster and kind of working each other, it's just great, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this title match, and know there's probably going to be some shenanigans, so hopefully get this kind of feud finished, or maybe just keep going forward at the Rumble. So I'm looking forward to it, though, and I love the beatdown. I was kind of expecting it, and it was needed for Charlotte to kind of establish that she is like a heel now. I know you say, and a lot of other people say, that it doesn't really matter with heels and faces, but it's like to get that heat and to get that storyline, it just makes sense for her to turn on her friend. So I'm just loving this here. So I'm excited to see what's going to come forward. And I hope Becky gets some revenge here soon, because she got a beatdown.
I think she's going to get her revenge on SmackDown, but I don't think she's going to win, obviously.
No.
But I think Ric Flair is going to do something to get involved, and it should lead to a pay-per-view match. I think Becky Lynch in this storyline deserves a pay-per-view spotlight.
Absolutely.
And it's storytelling. That's like, I go back to the fans. It's like, this is why they don't give us anything. Because you guys sit and moan and complain, we want the Bellas, we want the... I get it. People love the Bellas. I get it. I'm not going to fight it at all. I won't fight it. I know the Bellas are popular. I know they're beautiful. And I know they're talented in the ring. But when it comes to storytelling, no. They can't hold a mic like Becky and Charlotte can. I'm sorry. It's just facts. I'm not deaf. I'm not blind. I watch the product. I'm not judgmental. I'm not biased. And it's just facts. And then Nikki Bella had the longest title reign, and good for her. Props. All right, move on. Let's move on to something else, guys. It's time to build new stars. That's what we're trying to do here. And Becky Lynch is starting to become the new big underdog. I feel like they're giving her the Mickie James build-up. They're trying to get her to that Mickie James status where everybody loves her. She's spunky. She's fun. She has that extra pep in her step.
I can see that.
Yeah, and then when she gets into the ring, Becky delivers. Did you see how she got out of that? Whatever, Charlotte was trying to roll her up, and she got out of that and rolled up Charlotte. I thought she was going to put her in the armbar, and then she just...
So did I.
Yeah, it's like the way that girl wrestled Charlotte down to the mat to get that pin, I said, wow. You don't even see superstars do that. You don't see superstars putting on... You don't see a storyline with superstars going on... Like, freaking Ryback had the Intercontinental title. He didn't give us any storyline like Charlotte has since she's got that Divas Championship. And ever since they put that belt on my girl Charlotte... she's elevated that title notches ahead. Like, now we have a 2-time Hall of Famer, 15-time World Heavyweight Champion involved in a Diva storyline, and people are complaining?
With 2 of NXT's most prosperous divas that came from down there, like, and what fans have loved and wanted on the main roster last year. Like, it's just so... ass backwards.
It
like,
really is.
God. Give your head a shake, people.
We can go on all day about this, Nick.
We can, but yeah, let's move on to our next topic. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns is our WWE champion. I guess we haven't really talked about it on the podcast, but hey, good for him. It's way better than Sheamus, but they've been having a little kind of storyline. The ratings have been low, so Vince has come back and kind of incorporated himself in it, and to be honest, he's been rather entertaining.
It's been entertaining.
Yes, so... to cut everything short, you guys have seen it. Vince has now established that at the Royal Rumble, Roman will be defending his WWE World Heavyweight Championship inside the Royal Rumble, so against 29 other superstars. So I think that's pretty interesting and cool. And so what do you think about that, though, Jim?
All right, this is the second time they've done this. Have the World Heavyweight Champion defend his title in the Royal Rumble.
Who was the first? I forget.
I believe it was the one where... who was it, that one? I was just listening about it today. I want to say...
was that Undertaker?
No, The Undertaker didn't win.
No.
I think it was Ric Flair. I think Ric Flair won it. I think it was Flair. Well, Flair was involved. It was like in '92 or something like that.
Oh, okay, way back in the day.
Yeah, but they build Roman Reigns as one versus all right? But they like to pair him up with shot face Dean Ambrose and his cousins, the Uso brothers, which that I can understand the Uso brothers. I just really want them to separate Roman Reigns from Dean Ambrose.
But you need to kind of look at it from a Shield perspective. It's like they're not going to just drop that.
I understand that, but I feel like Dean should be more worried about... I feel like they're using Dean to shine up Roman when Dean is the Intercontinental Champion and he has somebody so threatening like Kevin Owens after him. I feel like he should have his hands full right now dealing with somebody like Kevin Owens.
That's true. I agree with that.
It doesn't connect with me when it comes to the storyline. So when Vince announced that he's going to be defending his title in the Royal Rumble, he's like, oh, one versus all. And that's all, all his hashtags on Roman Reigns' Twitter is one versus all. I think that's brilliant. If they want to build this man as the lone wolf, he fights everybody and he's a one-man team, this is the way to do it. And I think it's going to be a good Royal Rumble because not only are you going to get a WrestleMania spot, well, it's not guaranteed because you got to hold on to that title until you get to WrestleMania. So I kind of like that. It's no guaranteed spot to the main event. So it actually helps them out because now that they have all these top stars that are injured, so nobody can be like, oh, we have to pick one of these undercard guys that are going to have to go into the WrestleMania. They don't have, like, that. Randy Orton's out. Cena, I think Cena will be in the Rumble. But
yeah, I'm safe to say he's in the Rumble.
I don't think he's gonna win it, or maybe
I hope not.
Maybe they should. I really think they should put the United States Championship back on Cena.
Oh yeah, they should
because he's.
I think he's facing Alberto at the Rumble for it, probably. So
that's good. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. I'm going off track a bit. I'm glad that they put the title on the line. It's different. It's fresh. It's something they haven't done in a while, and I think he's gonna lose the belt. I think he is. They're going to screw him.
Okay. Who do you see walking into WrestleMania the champion then?
This is going to be a bold statement, and we're going to talk about this later, but I think AJ Styles is going to be a surprise entry and win the title the first night at Royal Rumble.
Wow.
That's what I think.
Okay, we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
We can mention though, Chris Jericho came back and announced that he'll be in the Rumble this year too. So
I think that's awesome. But I
think that's fun. I love Jericho.
I want to make a quick mention about Roman before we move on.
Sure, yeah.
I am so happy that a man in 2016 made Stephanie McMahon take a bump. I think that's a big deal because I was waiting for him to super punch Stephanie McMahon.
I was too.
Yeah, like after the beatdown that he gave to Triple H, and after what he did to Vince McMahon, and now knocking the wife of Triple H off the apron or whatever into the ring, like she took a bump. So now Stephanie could go around like, "You hurt me, you put your hands on me,
you attacked me."
Yeah, and so it's just gonna build up for this Triple H beatdown that Roman's about to get because I think Triple H is gonna come back. I think Triple H is gonna be a surprise entry in the Royal Rumble and eliminate Roman Reigns.
Oh, I like that.
And it's going to go into WrestleMania, him and Roman. And I'd be okay. Like, not everybody needs a long title run. No. And I still feel like there's going to be a new champion at the Royal Rumble. Because I feel like if you're going to do it, crown a new champion.
That's true.
And
it's just interesting. You know who I think is going to win the Rumble?
Who?
Brock Lesnar.
So you think he's going to be champ going into
WrestleMania? Yep.
Who do you think he's going to face at WrestleMania?
See,
that's what you gotta think. Because Brock Lesnar,
I think it's. Oh, I know it's a long shot, but Kevin Owens would be amazing.
I don't think so because people love Kevin Owens, and Brock Lesnar is the babyface. So,
but they have built him up in the past as the heel, so I mean they could do that easily.
It's just gonna. I don't know.
Or they could do Brock versus Rock because I know the Rock is going to be there for WrestleMania.
No, but
I don't know if he's going to be doing a match.
It's been confirmed he's not wrestling.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not wrestling at all. I don't think Brock's going to win it. I don't think Brock's even going to be in the Rumble.
No?
Nope.
I know he's going to be at the Rumble, but I don't know if he'll be in it or not. We'll see. I'm excited for the Rumble, though, because I know that there's going to be a potential for a lot of NXT stars or indie talent, like you mentioned, kind of making their debut.
So, when is the Rumble?
The 24th.
Oh, that's like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So
2 days before my birthday.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
What do you got planned for your birthday?
Pardon?
What do you got planned for your birthday? You mentioned.
Oh, it's on a Tuesday, so
Turn up
I have
on a
class and
Tuesday.
stuff.
uh,
I know. But anyways. So aside from that, let's move on from the Rumble. Let's talk about some Total Divas real quick, because I know Total Divas is coming up, I think, at the end of this month as well.
You saw the trailer?
Pardon?
Did you see the big trailer?
Yes, I did.
Uh,
What did you think of it? I know that you're not the biggest fan of the cast this season, and you're kind of getting over Total Divas, but are you going to watch it?
I feel like I'm gonna watch it because I miss Natty, and I think Natty's so entertaining. Everybody, calm down. We're gonna get pedicures. I love Natty, and I saw that Nikki Bella was putting Brie together. Like, stop putting me down and lift me up. Like, you always put me down, and I agree with Nikki Bella.
Like, finally.
Yeah, like I feel like Brie always puts her sister down. I feel like she feels like she's better than her sister, but that's siblings. But
yeah, she like shames her though a lot.
Yeah, I feel like she's very judgy towards her sister. But, you know, that's every sibling, so I'm not going to really, like, hang Brie for it. But I just like, girl, calm down. Like, we know you're married. Like, get over yourself. Like,
what do you think about the Paige Alicia drama that they were talking about?
I noticed that they haven't really been hanging out on Instagram. Like, they don't post pictures of each other and shit like that. And maybe they're just over each other. I kind of felt like that friendship was forced to begin with because they were just so annoying together.
Yeah, I know. Like, they're so annoying that now they're realizing the other one's that annoying. And they're like, oh, God.
Yeah, and Rosa Mendes is pregnant, so, you know, she don't give a damn about those two. She's worried about her baby.
She's doing her own thing now.
She got a storyline now that she got knocked up and she's engaged.
Hey, there you go, girl.
And you know what? I'm kind of excited to see Rosa. I want to see what's going on.
You know what? Rosa's had such a bad life. It will be good to actually see some happy moments for her, to be honest. Like, I know she's a horrible wrestler, but it's
terrible.
Like, all of her shit that's gone on with her, like, it's just going to be nice to see her happy.
You know, one thing I did say about Rosa was I liked her for Total Divas. Like, the last season, I never said, you know, because she brings the drama. She's perfect for reality TV. Come on, this girl's life is a reality show.
It is.
Like, literally, they could have did Total Divas with Rosa Mendes' career. Just follow her with the cameras. Because all this nonsense is the rumors that came from Rosa Mendes, how she dodged every roster cut. Like, Rosa could have been on TV. But I'm excited to see, and I'm glad that something positive is going on for Rosa Mendes. And I'm not going to shade her for that. She's a god-awful wrestler. And if she comes back to the business, you know what they need to do with Rosa? If she comes back, if they're going to put her on TV, they need to keep her as a valet and put her ass with Alberto Del Rio and call it a fucking day. Because that's what she wants. That's what she wants, and I feel like she's put enough time in with this freaking business. They know the wrestling is not going to work for her. She cannot wrestle, period. It's not her thing. She has a good look. She's a very beautiful woman. She's Latina. She's their only like Latina known woman. Like the Bellas are half whatever, but you know, ain't nobody.
I don't really consider them Latina because they don't even know how to speak
They don't act
Spanish.
like it. Yeah. They just come and gyrate their hips like Spanish girls. But other than that, they don't do much. Rosa Mendes, I feel like Alberto Del Rio, as much as he doesn't want to work with a diva and this, that, and the third, in WWE, I feel like you need that. Especially to put over his whole character like he's like this rich Mexican.
He's so dry, too. Like, to be honest, like, he's a great worker. But, like, now with him in... Like, I loved him in Lucha, but now with him in WWE, I'm just like... I can't get invested with him, and they tried the Zeb Coulter thing. That was a flop. So I'd like to see Rosa with him, but I feel like it's his personal doing. He doesn't want to work with him.
Yeah, that's what it is. But I feel like WWE needs to tell him, like, this is what we're doing. You're going to work with her. Because the whole thing with Del Rio, why we liked him in Lucha, is because Lucha knew how to freaking write a story for him. Lucha knew what to do with a superstar like Alberto Del Rio. WWE doesn't give a damn enough to figure it out with him. Like, they just need to... Alberto's one of those guys, you just gotta let him be Alberto Del Rio, and WWE won't let it. They're too controlling. But I feel like something like that, if Rosa was to come back, but if she's not paired up with Alberto Del Rio, then they better find somebody else down in the indie pool or somebody down in NXT to pair her up with, to bring up. Maybe they should put her in that role that I always say they should have did with Eva Marie. Put her in NXT just to recruit, to bring somebody to the main roster, somebody that's ready, main roster ready, and pair them up with Rosa.
Maybe. It's like, to be honest, though, I just kind of see Rosa when she has her baby, just to kind of like, maybe she's just waiting out her contract. Who knows?
No,
like,
she said that she wants to come back. I saw it on her Instagram. that she wants.
We'll see what happens when she pops out that baby.
I
That's
hope
all
that she
can say.
pops out that baby, and maybe they keep her on Total Divas. Total Divas sticks around if they have a couple more seasons of Total Divas. Watch her raise her baby or whatever.
Right, like that's fine.
Put her on .com interviewing people.
Well, yeah, she like her new role before she left was she was like the SmackDown backstage interviewer, and she was pretty bad at it, but
She was
but I mean,
pregnant
at
while
least
she
they
was
had
doing it.
something for her to do.
Yeah, that's what they did when she found out she was pregnant. And they canned the whole Adam Rose thing with her, which I liked her with Adam Rose.
She was, to be honest, and to be fair, I seen her at a live event with Adam, and she's so entertaining, like
Yeah.
as a manager.
Because she was a party girl, and I feel like that was the role that she was made for, to be like the party side chick. And like she had the cute little outfit, she would come out with him, and
Her little lollipop she
yeah,
had.
it was cute, but and then she got knocked up, and she started her life.
Maybe she could get back with the Matadors when they get like a revamped gimmick.
I don't know for Rosa. I feel like right now we're just like trying to throw everything.
We're just
at the wall.
trying to get something for this girl. Stick her on Total Divas. She's
I don't
fine.
know. I feel like Rosa, just wrap it up, girl. Hang up your boots.
Yeah, but before we move on from Total Divas, Amanda, she'll be the new one this season.
Go on.
And TPP and her have some history. So, what do you think is going to be going on with Amanda this season?
What do you think?
I don't know. Like, if she's under Natty's wing, like, I think that's a good sign. And I have been kind of following her on Instagram and stuff. Like, she's down at the Performance Center. Like, she's part of the crew. She's learning and stuff. So, it's like, we'll see what happens. Like, she's got a great look, and I was praising her before she dragged us, so.
I don't care for her. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't care for her for Total Divas. I will mention that, though. Like, I'd rather have Summer Rae be the blonde on this season.
I feel like she just got this role because she was a bitch on Tough Enough, and I already called her out for it. That's why she threw a shade, because she was just being a bitch. And, like, now she's going to come on Total Divas, and I feel like she's going to be her authentic self, because she's trying to say that Tough Enough was all, like, a character.
She's like, I'm just playing my character.
So you're fake. To me, you're a fake bitch. That's what I got from it, because Tough Enough, like, I get it, like, you want to be a strong personality, but you didn't have to go that route. Like, Gigi didn't go that route, and Gigi was kind of like a co-signer, but other than that, like, Chelsea didn't go that route, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but hey, Chelsea didn't get signed, so.
Yeah, and Amanda got signed because she's a bitch. I guess she did play her cards right. I guess being a bitch will get you far, but yeah, not with me. Like, I don't care for you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
not as a fan. Like, but I mean, we'll see what happens with her. Like, she is training as well, so if that was if it was a Eva Marie kind of situation again, where she just came up and was just stuck on Total Divas and that was it, I'd be a little upset. But I mean, she's down there, she's training with Daria, she's with Asuka and the rest of the
that's
girls.
the other thing. Like, I don't like that she got signed. I don't like that the Mazda guy got signed. I feel like if you're in this competition, like, WWE always does that when they have these competitions. They end up signing everybody. And it's just like, what's the freaking point of the competition then?
Seriously.
I remember
Sarah Lee is still signed, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just off.
Oh, who cares? I never talk about her. I don't care.
Okay, so let's move on from Total Divas, unless you have anything else to say for Amanda.
Nah, screw Amanda. I can't wait to see Eva and see what she's up to.
Apparently, Eva and the Bellas are back as the Mean Girls, so that should be fun.
Oh, yeah, I saw a little clip. They went out to eat.
Yeah, I mean, that's good, though. Like, I did like the Bellas and Eva together. And, like, just the petty drama, I hope they are over that now.
I hope they apologize to her. I want to see them
I know.
apologize.
I hope all these girls are like, I'm sorry, we are just...
But apparently Alicia Fox and her are still going at it.
Oh, yeah, they had that little car segment there. She said she had no respect for her. So.
Could that be why Paige doesn't fuck with Alicia anymore? She's probably like, you need to stop being a bully.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. Alicia's a vet there, though, too. Like, she's seen it all. She's seen those divas come and go. So, I don't know. It's so tough. I'm just excited to see, because I loved Alicia before Total Divas, and her personality just really gave me the wrong vibes, so.
I wish Cameron was still on Total Divas. I'll leave it at that.
I just wish we could see Cameron.
Oh, her little cry out for, like...
I know, wasn't that sad? I found that on Tumblr.
So sad. And you know what, Cameron? We love you here at TPP. You show us so much love.
Yeah, she does.
We love you, and we want you to do good, and we want you back on TV. I want her back.
We will see you. I know, we'll see her. She has a lot of motivation. She's working the NXT live events, so it's like there's just a matter of time before she gets back on NXT again. And remember her last appearance when she re-debuted against Asuka? She was amazing. So it's like They just need to give this girl a mic and give this girl a storyline. That's all I'm saying. But okay, let's move on to SmackDown. So SmackDown moved up to the USA Network this week. That's be coming up for you Americans tomorrow, Thursday. But tonight I'll be watching it. So we've got 2 title matches: Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title, and Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. So I'm really excited for that Divas title match. But yeah, so we kind of mentioned like what we'll think is going to happen with that. But SmackDown overall going to the USA Network, do you think WWE is going to capitalize on that and give them more prominent storylines, or you think it's just going to be the B show as always?
Okay, if they don't capitalize on this big move to a major network like USA, who pulls in major ratings throughout the week and is an Emmy-winning network, they need to get their life. Like, are you kidding me? I feel like this is the perfect opportunity where they can tie in SmackDown and Raw because they're on the same network. They can do promotions, cross-promotion, all day on the commercials to get people excited for SmackDown. So, excuse me.
Oh.
There should be no excuse to not tie in these shows together. I want to see storylines progress into SmackDown. I want to see storylines flourish from SmackDown going into Raw. I want it like how it was back in the good old days. And I feel like with this whole debut on Thursday, I feel like with 2 titles on the line, there's going to be a title change. And I think they're going to correct their mistake on putting that belt on Dean Ambrose.
I hope so. I feel like especially having their debut on the USA Network, they need to have a title change, and that's the most appropriate one because I love Becky, but I mean it's too early in Charlotte's reign.
Becky. It's not Becky. It's come on. Everybody loves Kevin Owens. Everybody loves Kevin Owens.
He is currently he's in my top 3 main roster favorites right now.
Oh my god! And you know what? I'm not gonna shade Dean. I've been loving their whole little feud.
They've got great chemistry together.
The beatdowns are everything, and I can't wait for this match because they've worked countless matches in the indie scenes together, and I cannot wait for this match. I can't wait, and I really want Dean to tone it the freak down. He's not a lunatic. Michael Cole puts it over like a banshee, and I'm like, dude, stop. He's like, oh, it's the lunatic asylum. The lunatic asylum. I'm like, where? I don't see it. All I see is a guy with a fucked up face. Like, where's the, like, he doesn't do anything that gives me lunatic. To me, a lunatic is somebody in a straitjacket, somebody you put the food in the room and shut the door and run. Like, Dean don't give me that vibe. If anything, Kevin Owens is the lunatic, not
he
Dean
goes
Ambrose.
Crazy.
And you know what I mean? Like, Dean, he doesn't do any, like, and then they want to push him as a baby face, right? If he's gonna be a lunatic, make him a hot heel. Call it a day. He's the lunatic. I want him to like when he was feuding with have him feud with Ziggler. Cut Ziggler's hair and keep that hair. Like walk around with Ziggler's locks in his hand.
Just be crazy.
Yeah,
like, that's the whole. Like you mentioned, that's the whole point of being a lunatic, and they just don't capitalize on that. And it's like. But to be fair, he's been in kind of this stagnant role in kind of this lunatic fringe for a couple years now, and he hasn't really changed himself. So
that's the problem.
Developed or grew into his character at all. So it's and
he looks the same every week. He never changes his gear. It's that same jeans and shirt. It's not working. Like they're trying to build him as
he's looking as dirty as Luke Harper nowadays.
Oh my God. I just can't. The look doesn't even go with the lunatic fringe thing. Nothing connects with Dean Ambrose for me at all.
But he's so over that management are like, okay, well it works.
You know why he's over? It's all the marks, the people who liked him before he got into WWE, and then you have the girls who think he's cute. That's the only reason why he's over, because people like him for his work prior and Shield. They like him from the Shield, and I feel like people are not connecting with him with this character, because I'm not, and I listen to a lot of smart people who watch the business. Like, who was it? Stone Cold Steve Austin talked about how he doesn't feel like Dean Ambrose throws strong punches. He feels like another person was talking about it. I think it was Jim Ross that Dean kind of oversells, or it was a couple other people that were talking about Dean's in-ring style, and they were talking about how a lot of his things don't. It kind of doesn't make sense. Like the whole little twirl around that. I never got that.
I hate that.
I never got that. And then he gets such a pop from it. And I feel like people just pop for it because it's something fun that he does. But it doesn't. it's just so unrealistic. Like if
I'm just waiting for the day when he does that and like the right wrestler just pushes those legs
kicks him.
back.
Like if I was in the ring and he did that, I would have just big boot him right out of the fucking ring.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for somebody like Rusev to do that to him. But no, WWE won't do that because they want to make him look strong. And then he does that other thing where he runs to the turnbuckle and he kicks the turnbuckle just to turn around and run back. I'm like, what is that for? For what?
That's a lot of momentum you're getting there, Ambrose.
Like Dean, I drag Dean a lot. I'm just not a fan. He doesn't do anything for me.
Well, let's move on from Dick Cheese Ambrose there, and let's move on to two people that we actually like, but we haven't been seeing. It is Summer Rae and Tyler Breeze. They broke up last week on SmackDown. I'm hoping that Summer may be popping up on SmackDown backstage segment or something. But yeah, the pairing have been split randomly. They were building a little bit of momentum, but then they just weren't getting any mic time. They weren't getting any storyline. So it's just really unfortunate because now Breeze is just kind of floating around and Summer's been passed around, like James said, passed around that locker room more than loose joint in prison. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with her, like, but she's so talented, she needs something. So, James, what do you think of this whole Summer Breeze drama?
You know, they weren't doing anything with Summer and Breeze, and everybody, like, when they put them together, everybody was excited. I was excited. And they didn't do a damn thing but have them come out and sip cocktails outside of Dolph Ziggler matches, and we had Dolph and Tyler Breeze wrestle like 10 matches a week. It was so repetitive. I can't tell you which match was which because they wrestled so many damn times in that short amount of time.
And the unfortunate thing about that is that Summer didn't really have any involvement in these matches, and it's like, especially her being a heel, being a manager on the outside, that's what makes them more like memorable, these matches, is by having certain spots, but they never did have anything with her.
And she's so talented on that mic. Like, Summer is one of the most talented women that they have on that stick. And they won't even showcase that. It's like, really? Like, how stupid are you guys? Summer can hold her own. But for me, like, Breeze, I don't know what's going to happen with Breeze. I couldn't tell you guys. I don't know where to go with Breeze. Because I feel like WWE won't do anything with him. Like, down on NXT, he's a star. You know what I mean? Like, he's fun. They need to do more vignettes with Breeze. I need more backstage segments. People really need to understand his character. I want him taking selfies. I want him to be very cocky and arrogant. They gotta show more of that selfie stick. All he does is walk out with it. We gotta turn it into something. He
needs to hit someone. Remember when he slammed it into Dolph's throat on his debut?
Yeah.
Like, that was cool.
Yeah, they gotta do stuff like that. And remember back in NXT when he was like shooing off the rosebuds with
Yeah.
like, they gotta use him, they gotta use the props. And I feel like they should have him maybe backstage on SmackDown with JoJo, and JoJo asking him questions, and just have him ignore JoJo the whole time. You know
what I would love is to see kind of like, this is just going fantasy world, but I would love to see like the divas backstage by the makeup mirror and like fixing their hair, and he just like walks in and like moves them all out of the way. He's like, excuse me, uggos, and it could be like Team Bad or like Team Bella or something.
I think Team Bad would be awesome for that.
Yeah, like the chemistry would be so funny. He like fix his hair and like, it'd just be fun.
Yeah, and
that's the thing. He doesn't need to have a match. Just showcase him backstage and his personality because he's amazing.
That's the thing. Him in the ring, we all know he can go. He can go. The thing is, they got to put that character behind him. They got to put that story behind him so people could give it to him. And he can get that heat from people like, oh, this cocky, arrogant prick. Oh, here he comes again. You know what I mean? And I feel like for Summer, moving on to Summer Rae, I feel like Summer, they better not pair her with another guy. And if they pair her with a guy, it better be freaking Fandango. Other than that,
that's what I was going to say.
Other than that, I don't want to see her with another superstar. Because she's just going to sit there. Because they're not going to use her. And I want her to be paired up with Fandango again. Because now they got Heath Slater and company in a freaking
the jobber crew.
Yeah, and they forgot about Fandango. So I hope that this is where Fandango comes in. Have him and Summer reunite. Have them in the backstage like, hey, I heard you're single. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, be real like cheesy, kind of like,
let's have
greasy.
another dance. Let's have that one last dance. You know, something like just one more round. So
or they could even, like you mentioned, JoJo could be backstage, be like, so Summer, like you've gone through a lot, and she'd be like, what is that supposed to mean? Just like snap at her, and she'd be like, well, I finally like reunited with my true love, and Fandango could come twirling back in or something. Like, how fun would that be?
It would be fun. So that's the only superstar I could see her with. But then again, they could surprise us and put her with somebody. Get everybody excited. But I'm telling you, I'm not gonna get excited for another pairing with Summer Rae. I gotta see it full force. I can't. I'm just not gonna invest anymore. They just done it too many times.
I'm loving what they're doing with Charlotte right now, but it's like if they wanted to partner her with divas, like if the BFFs could get back together, oh lordy, with Summer as their mouthpiece, like that would be amazing.
And then I think Charlotte's too far.
Yeah, Charlotte's too far. Sasha's doing her own thing with Team Bad, so it's like she doesn't really fit in. But it's like, what about her and Cameron? Like, why don't they do a little?
Honestly, I feel like Summer's days in WWE are numbered. And
I know. I hate to say it, but I'm getting a little worried she may be leaving this year.
That's what I said in the group a couple of days ago. And she said something on her Instagram that it's time for a change.
Yeah, it's like big changes in 2016. So.
I guess it was the breakup with Breeze, but like you and Breeze hasn't been that long. You guys haven't been together that long.
Right.
So, I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping they'll do something with her because, like we said, she's so talented.
Yeah.
But yeah, so other than that, that's all. Oh, wait, no, we got Breaking Ground. The Breaking Ground finale was right after Raw this week, sorry. And yeah, it was pretty good. Like, it kind of focused everything around NXT Respect and the storylines going into that. So you guys watched it, so we won't kind of go through everything. But James, what do you think of kind of Dana Brooks' storyline this season?
I loved that they were all in the back room, all the head writers and trainers and agents and Triple H, and they were like welcoming her to the club. They were like, wow, welcome to the club. And I feel like that was such validation. Like, this girl got it. And,
yeah.
And you know what? And I'm glad that scene aired on freaking Breaking Bad, because I sat my ass
Breaking Ground.
Did I say Breaking Bad again?
Yeah.
Oh. You guys know what I mean. But I sat my ass on this show for almost a year talking about how amazing I think this girl's going to be and how much heart I see in her. And I'm so glad that they showed that scene with all those guys in that room praising her for going out there. Injury and all. No fan knew that girl was injured.
I had no idea.
No idea. And she went out there and put on a 5-star match like that.
With one of the stiffest workers that they have down in NXT. That just goes to show.
And you know what? And she's been, she's on the injured list and she's sidelined right now, but they're still using her, and she's been killing it as a manager. She has a career being a manager. I would love her as a manager.
I would really, honestly, love to see a heel Ziggler all bleached up again with Dana.
Oh, that would be manager. A great stable. Dana, that voice, that tone, she's a natural heel. And how cocky she is. I love when she flexes. I'm just a big fan of Dana Brooks. And
I love Dana.
It was a great episode of Breaking Ground.
Speaking of Dana, do you think what's going to happen with NXT tonight? Like, did they do tapings?
No, tonight is the awards show. They're going to give us all the match of the year, the competitor of the year.
Yeah.
And I like that they did that, competitor of the year. There's no diva of the year. There's no none of that. It's competitor of the year. And they have, like, women that are nominated for it, too. They have the NXT match.
Right, and then they have, like, the male superstar of the year and, like, the female superstar of the year. It's not diva, and I love that about NXT. I love that,
and I love the whole competitor of the year one. Oh, yes. That's my favorite. And I'm just excited for that show. I'm more excited for that for the Slammies. I voted for that. I didn't vote for the Slammies.
Yeah, me too.
But I found out that the Slammies were real deal. Like, all those people that won were real deal. That's why they're doing something with Neville now, because they were so surprised that Neville won Breakout Star of the Year. So
I was surprised too.
Yeah, and I was listening to I think it was Sam Roberts' podcast, and he said it would be illegal if they promoted for people to vote, and that your votes are going to be casted, and if they went ahead and like tweaked the votes, it would be kind of illegal.
But to be honest, it's like, how are we going to know?
Exactly, because it's WWE. But when Neville won, that was a big surprise, and that's when I was like, I guess people are really recording.
I guess so.
Because he is over. A lot of people like him. So,
he's a phenomenal athlete. He's just not... You know what? I heard a comparison about him, and it's perfect. He's like the modern-day RVD. Like, he wasn't that good on the mic, but every time he got in that ring, like, he could go. He gives a 5-star match. And it's like, they just need to find a good placement for Neville. And it's like, unfortunately, they don't have a cruiserweight division. So it's like him and guys like him and Kalisto, they're just kind of like trailing off in the mid-card. And it's like, God, I want to see something better with that.
I love that comparison with him and RVD.
It is. It's perfect. I was like, oh my god, that is totally true. But honestly, I feel like Neville's even a bit more athletic. Like the moves this man could do, like he is definitely the man gravity forgot.
Oh, he flies around. Like when I seen him live at the live show, the guy was everywhere. He was flying around here, flying around there, and then you seen him on Monday Night Raw flying everywhere when him and Kevin Owens had that match. He was right off.
Oh, do you remember that in that match the week prior to when he got that beat down and that running clothesline? He did like a full 360 in the air. It was brutal.
He was selling for these.
He's amazing. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen, especially with SmackDown. That's what, kind of going back to that. All these stars we're mentioning, Summer and Fandango, Neville, Kalisto, some of these, Kevin Owens even, they need to establish these characters on SmackDown. Exactly. And elevate them and kind of make them the SmackDown guys and the SmackDown superstars. I know we're not a brand split, but just having those shows kind of have the top guys on each one, it's just going to make it more fresh than seeing Roman Reigns in the main event every single week, you know?
It's always Roman Reigns in a tag match with Dean Ambrose or the Usos.
Right, against Sheamus and Alberto, or against Sheamus and Rusev. Just give us something else.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, speaking of giving us something else, let's introduce you all to one of our newest segments. We're still kind of trying to figure out the kinks in our title, but we're going to go to indie announcements. So here on TPP in 2016, that's one of our newer things we're going to do. We're going to be talking about some of our indie wrestlers and some of the indie news that's been going on. So, James, do you want to talk about the biggest news that came out this week from NJPW?
So, we all know, I'm sure, all the Twitter people on here, you guys should follow our Twitter at _RealPipeBomb.
Yeah.
But, yeah, everybody's been hearing about this whole Wrestle Kingdom shindig. That's a big wrestling event over in Japan. And AJ Styles was there over the weekend. We had Nakamura, and we had the Bullet Club, which I'll name the two Bullet Club members that's been rumored to be signed with WWE, along with AJ Styles and Nakamura. It's Doc Gallows, who used to be Luke Gallows, a.k.a. Festus in WWE.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Just looking back, sorry to cut you off, but just looking back at him being Festus.
It just shows you, the depth of WWE, how bland they are.
Oh my god, and I even really liked him when he was with the Straight Edge Society, too.
I liked them in Straight Edge Society. You didn't like that?
No, I said I did like him in
Straight Edge. I like that. And then we have a very popular indie superstar. He goes by Machine Gun, and his name is Carl Anderson. So all four of these guys, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and AJ Styles are a part of the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club originated from Finn Balor, who's in WWE right now, and he was in New Pro Japan a couple of years back, going under Prince Devitt. And this is something that he started. It's a stable that he started over there in Japan. And since he left WWE, they needed somebody to replace him, so they replaced him with AJ Styles. Just to get another big star in there. Well, it's been rumored that WWE has signed these guys. So, and Nakamura, who's freaking phenomenal in that ring. This guy is so authentic. He's so different. I've never seen anybody in that ring like this guy. He works a lot with his knees and his feet. And he has long legs, tall.
He's so tall. Oh my god. He's like the prince of the wrestling world.
Yeah, he really is, though. And this guy's freaking phenomenal. And his storytelling in the ring, I don't understand a word that comes out of this man's mouth. But the storytelling in the ring is there. You get it. It's a universal language when he's in that ring. You understand.
God, can you imagine the match that him and Hideo Itami are going to be having?
Oh, my God.
Or just any of these talents.
That's what I was going to say. He can work with probably anybody and make the damn match. So I'm very excited for this. How do you feel about all this big news coming out this
Oh my god, it's a lot of news, and I'm not much of an indie follower. I do know a couple things. I have watched a couple matches, and I know of the names, except the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson. I don't know who he is, but so I'll have to look him up. But it's for the TPP listeners who just follow WWE, you could kind of join us and kind of get into some of the indie talent, because these are the future stars of NXT and WWE, if you really think about it. Yeah. So, but yeah, going back to Wrestle Kingdom, I did watch a couple of highlights there, and seeing the AJ Styles Nakamura match, oh my god, if these guys are signed, which I do believe is true, because WWE's Instagram and Twitter has been teasing it and name dropping them and everything. So it's if they're not like if they're doing that, I don't see why they wouldn't be signed. So I'm really excited to see how they're all going to be incorporated, and if they're going to actually reestablish the Bullet Club with Balor in NXT, or if they're going to kind of go against him and be like, "You're the one that left us." So it's I don't know. So it could go anyway. But NXT for 2016, like this is a huge start to really kind of like great news. And like you mentioned earlier, I wonder if any of these guys will kind of be in the Rumble as surprise entries this year.
Yeah. Well, going back to like Finn Balor real quick, I feel like the reason why they're signing these guys, because they have the Balor Club shirts out, and it says Balor Clubs worldwide. So we have Sami Zayn on his way back to NXT, and then we have NXT Dallas, which is just before WrestleMania. I think Finn Balor is going to get a heel turn because overseas in Japan, Finn Balor was a heel, and I feel like they're going to pull the strings, and Finn Balor is going to be a heel, and he's going to have his backup. His Bullet Club is going to come in, and they're going to help him take down and beat down Sami Zayn. And I feel like that's the only way they got to go with this. If they got to give us a Sami Zayn and Finn Balor feud. Somebody got to be the badass in this fucking feud. So I think it's going to be Finn Balor, and he looks like a heel standing behind these guys. And Finn Balor, these are the original members of the Balor Club, or I mean the Bullet Club.
Okay.
They are original members, so it's gonna be great that Finn's boys are coming in, and then Finn Balor's on Twitter and he's teasing it as well. He has the Balor Club shirt. I believe it was the Balor. No, he had the Bullet Club.
He's got a Balor. Yeah, it's Balor Club.
Yeah, and he has a shirt on, and he's like, "Where are they? They're late." He's waiting for them. So that's what I think is gonna go on with the Bullet Club. But as for AJ Styles, I said it earlier. I think he's gonna be in the Rumble. He's too much.
Do you think he's going to win the Rumble?
Yeah,
because that's what you said earlier, and I'm like, that is a kind of a long shot for him.
He's a big star
to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion on his first night, like at the Rumble, and then going into WrestleMania. It's like, I know he's a big star, but you know what WWE fans are like. They probably don't know who this guy is. So like, are they really going to trust him in being the main event of WrestleMania going into it? Like, that's what I see.
Yeah, I think so. He's a big star. He's a huge star. He's the highest paid indie wrestler in America. Like, everybody wants him. Everybody wants this guy. He's booked left and right everywhere. And
WWE's trying to be getting him for a couple years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, WWE must have made a great offer to this man for him to make the jump, making all that money overseas, wrestling whenever the hell he wants, flight schedule. It has to be an offer like, oh, we're gonna put the belt on you. Like, if they really want, because all right, Triple H really has a good mind for this company. Triple H is trying.
He's amazing. Like, I'm sorry to cut you off, but just like seeing Triple H on Breaking Ground and kind of him talking to all of the wrestlers and stuff like that, like, he is amazing. And like, no shade to Vince, but like, the hands are WWE is in very, very good hands, if not better hands, by the time he kind of really steps down from creative control. And it's like, because like, seeing what NXT is producing and like how organic it is and feels, it's just going to be amazing to see. Hopefully that transfer to WWE again, because we want the Attitude Era feel and kind of like those moments, and we're just not getting it because it's not transferring over on television. So
exactly, and look exactly who freaking since Triple H has started NXT. Look at who he's brought in. He's brought in Kana, Asuka. He's brought in Hideo Itami, who was Kenta. He's brought in Finn Balor, who was Prince Devitt. Now
he's brought in Athena.
Yeah,
she's not there yet.
She's not here yet. He's bringing all these
Kevin Owens.
He's bringing in all these top indie people. He is trying to make WWE the place where legit strong wrestling is at. And give you that whole vibe. Like watching Wrestle Kingdom, it gave me like the whole UFC vibe, because in between matches there's no backstage vignette, there's no like commercial break, there's no it felt like I was watching UFC 100. Like, it was just match after match. After a match, the bell will ring, the competitors will walk out of the ring, they'll give us a long shot of the arena, and the commentators will be chit-chatting, and then all of a sudden the next theme music will hit, and the next match is ready to go. So it gives you that that competition vibe. Like, this is legit a competition. These are legit athletes. This is not an entertainment show. This is a competitive show. You know what I mean? So I feel like Triple H is trying to work towards that for wrestling to be taken seriously again. And since they're not going they're not going PG-13 anymore. They're sticking with PG, and I think the way that they stick PG is let's get some serious wrestling out there, and that's what NXT is doing.
And people are loving it.
Exactly.
You know, and they're really, and like the thing is that people started off with NXT. They were like, well, they're in Orlando, so it's a smaller arena. That's why it's so loud in there. But it's like you've seen them on the road. You've seen them in London.
Oh
you've
my
seen
God.
them, and we will be seeing them in Dallas. Like it's just going to be so amazing, and it just goes to show that there still is and still will be hardcore wrestling fans, and that's what NXT is producing and actually giving us characters to be invested in. So it's like I'm so excited. But one more thing I just want to mention about the Bullet Club. I know it's a long shot right now, just before they come in, but do you think they will ever incorporate a diva into that crew? Because I did see some little Asian thotty with one of them.
I know that. I guess she's part of the gimmick of the guy. I guess he's like a playboy or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So she looked like a Asian Stacy Keibler.
Yeah, I was like, oh, girl.
So yeah, and then they got the Bullet Girl, who is Amber O'Neil, I think her name is.
Oh, the old one.
Yeah, she's like in her 40s. I don't think she's gonna. But the Bullet Club, they didn't take everybody. Like you still got the Young Bucks who are part of the Bullet Club, and you got.
I love the Young Bucks.
I love them. Super Kick Party. I like them. They are a great tag team, and that's somebody WWE should really look into. And I think they'll probably be one of the next people to be signed. But I know that they just re-signed with Japan. They re-signed with them recently, so we won't see them for a good time. But they got Tamatonga. He's the one with the face paint, the one I've been obsessing on.
Yes, I did see some of his stuff.
Yeah, he's awesome, and I really like him, and he has a great
I like
look.
how people are getting scared of him, too. Like, he's kind of, like,
creepy.
Like, scaring people. Like,
yeah. His face paint is on point, but he's so hot. He's like a hotter Roman Reigns. I think so.
Ooh. I would love to see him in NXT.
Yeah, he's a hottie. But, I'm just so excited. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan. And Nakamura, I can't wait to see how they're going to introduce him. I think they might go the same the Hideo Itami route. I was listening to the Sam Roberts podcast, and he was talking about how he feels like with Nakamura, that they should bring him in with vignettes, really promo heavy, because not many people know of him. So I feel like they should be, I agree with Sam Roberts, I think they should be promo heavy and have a big signing, have him and Triple H shake hands and all the good stuff, and then have him come in that way. And then have the Bullet Club come in around Dallas when WrestleMania is about to pop up, have him run in, have Finn Balor do his big heel turn in Dallas, and AJ Styles Royal Rumble. That's what I'm booking.
Okay. Well, like, I love everything you're set up with the Bullet Club and Sami Zayn and Nakamura, maybe them, like, attacking him and, like, setting something up for Dallas. But I just don't see where AJ Styles being the WWE World Heavyweight Champion is going to fit into this. I can see him on the Dallas card. I can't see him on the WrestleMania
hold on.
card.
Let me ask you this, Nick. You think that AJ Styles is going to come into NXT or WWE?
Yes. I think he's coming into NXT.
I don't think so. I think that NXT is too stacked. They have too many big stars.
But didn't you just say he's part of the Bullet Club, though? Like,
yeah, but he was never.
Or was he the leader? Like, was he the new leader?
Here's the thing. He was never the main leader, but he was like, he's the biggest star. He was a replacement for Finn Balor. When him and Finn Balor has never been in the Bullet Club together. The Bullet Club has had people in and out. Finn Balor is the originator. This was his idea. The Bullet Club is his. He came up with it. It's his thing. And WWE signed him and he left. And they lost that star power. So they replaced him with AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a big enough star that he doesn't need the Bullet Club. And
I can see where you're coming from. We'll see at the Rumble, but
I don't know. And I want to hear the listeners.
Prediction.
I want to hear what the listeners have to say about that. I know we're not very diva heavy this week. We're very much into the superstars because a lot's been going on with the superstars. But I want to hear what the listeners think. Like, well, how would they book everything? Like, let us know in the comments.
And what are your ideas on some of the like indie talent out there and some of your favorites? Or like, if you're not into it or you don't know too much about it, like, who do you want to follow? Or like, let us know, because like we're gonna be down in the comments, and like this is another kind of segment for our show, having this indie type of style and talking about everything.
So Nick,
but yeah.
Let me pick your brain for a bit, because I don't know, I'm curious. When AJ Styles comes in, who would you book him with?
I Well,
In
I wanted
NXT.
him in NXT, and to be honest, I was going to book him going up against Balor.
And what will you do with Sami Zayn?
Sami Zayn's coming up main roster soon, honey.
No, I don't think so.
I think so. He's already returned. He wrestled his match last week or whatever. I think he's going to be in the Royal Rumble, and I think it's going to be him versus Owens for the IC title at WrestleMania.
So, I could see this happen. I could see them taking that belt off Dean. All right, if Dean loses that belt tonight, which
Yeah.
you're going to be watching it, don't tell me.
I won't. I'll keep it a surprise.
If Dean loses the belt, then I can see what you're saying. Okay?
Okay.
Because that means that Kevin will be champion. Owens will be in the Rumble as well. I think Owens should be in the Rumble, even though he's Intercontinental Champion. And Sami Zayn could come in and eliminate him as a surprise. I could see it going, or maybe eliminate the both of them, like do a double elimination, like spare him through. I think that would be fun. They could set up something for their WrestleMania match because those two have so much history.
Exactly.
If they go that route, awesome. I won't. I'm not gonna complain. I think that's a good way to go with Zayn, and put AJ in NXT. Then yeah, I would go that way.
And because it's like, I know AJ is completely capable of, I just don't think he's capable of holding that main title of WWE just because he's not established with all the younger fans yet. Because it's like, we know him. We know what he's capable of. We've seen his history. But nobody else
I think
does.
you're underestimating his star power. I really do.
I think I am, is because I'm not an indie wrestling fan, to be honest.
then-
Well, I am, but it's like I don't follow it, so it's like a lot of other WWE fans don't either. So it's like that's what I can see happening. But I would rather have him down in NXT, and maybe, like, I love your idea of Balor going heel. And so that's how I would kind of place it. AJ Styles is being the new face down in NXT alongside Hideo, and then Balor and his crew as the main badasses.
I mean, if they go my way or your way, it's gonna be great.
Your way is awesome too. Like, come on, WWE NXT. Like, we know we have trust in them, so.
NXT. Let's be specific. NXT we trust. In NXT.
Yeah, NXT we trust.
You know what? We should make a shirt. In NXT we trust. And on the back, but hashtag TPP.
Yes.
We're gonna start making merch.
I know. I was just gonna say we gotta start putting merch out this
We
year.
really do. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna talk to my girl Mojo, and I'm gonna start telling her, I'm like, girl, I will pay you. I was like, I think we should have some merch out. We should have a pro wrestling tee store.
Yes, everybody has a shirt out nowadays. Why not us?
Why not TP?
I would buy one.
In NXT we trust.
Hashtag TPP on the back.
I know, and all of our funny quotes. Gigi has so many. I don't know if Gigi's you can wear on a shirt.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the women in the indie scene now.
Yes, let's talk about the women. Let's talk about one of my favorite indie wrestlers right now, and one of yours too, Hanaya the Hallowing Huntress.
Ooh, now this girl. Ooh. Go on, Nick. You can get into her.
Okay, yeah. Well, this girl, though, like, just that name, just take it all in, people. Like she is beautiful. She's one of the first Aboriginal Native American female wrestlers that I've actually seen on the independent scene. So I'm like, okay. I don't know how long she's been wrestling for, but she's had a series of matches against Athena. And the final match was a TLC match, like 35 minutes. And my God, this woman is amazing. Like, she is tough as nails. She's got a great look to her, a great gimmick. And she's really good in the ring, too. So it's like, I really want to see NXT pick this girl up in the future. But yeah, I'm loving just kind of watching some of her stuff right now.
Oh, I agree with you. You know what? I watched her maybe a year ago.
Me too. I stumbled across one of her matches, and I was like, okay.
I liked her. But it was a match with Athena as well. And
okay.
I was talking to Megan, and Megan was telling me, like, all these, because Megan, you know what, we got to bring Megan in for one of these indie conversations, because Megan knows her indie stuff.
I was just going to say, I think that should be maybe something we could do, like, for our indie segment, is have, like, a guest come in, because we know Maggie, she loves all of her indie stuff, and she's like, a knowledge, and same with Brandy as well, she follows a lot of that.
It would be fun to call them in for that. We should.
Oh my God, amazing.
That's a good idea. But going back to Hanaya, this girl is a machine. This girl is so. This is just somebody who loves wrestling. That's all I see. I see a girl who loves wrestling and has an idea on who the hell her character is. She knows what she's out there and she knows what she's out there doing. This girl, she reminds me of a wolf. Her freaking attire is for a girl on the indie route with a
I know. I'm
sick
like,
ass.
girl, where'd you get that jingle?
Chinkle chinkle baby. I saw. All right. I've watched her match a year ago, so I'm just cruising on Twitter, and I see the TPP pipe bomb of the day, and I'm like, oh, that's Hanaya? That's not Hanaya. I was like, I don't remember her looking this hot. You know what I mean? Like, no shade. The girl's always been pretty, but that gif with that headpiece was just so beautiful. The way that she was walking, she looked like a legit badass that she's coming out here to beat the crap out of you. I fell in love with her. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I gotta go watch her matches again. I gotta really get into her stuff. I watched maybe 10 matches. I watched the TLC match. That match was insane. The Swanton Bomb off the top of a ladder into a table 2 times. She did it twice.
Oh, the first time it break, and she's like, whatever.
She's like, no. She threw that bitch right back on the table, Athena, and then she climbed up the ladder and she went down again with another Swanton Bomb. It was freaking phenomenal.
And the finish of that match with Athena on the ladder of the outside of the ring, jumping, hitting the O face on her, and she just sold it beautifully. I was like, damn, girl.
This girl's a fighter. She's a scrapper, and she's very great in the ring. I love her.
She's a great seller as well.
Yeah. I love her jumping, spinning heel kick. Oh my god, that's the back kick that she does. And then I watched the match with her and I think it's WOH, Women of Honor. It's like this second program that Ring of Honor does for the women.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, and she was in there kicking ass. She was there with Mandy Leon, I think her name is.
Mandy Leon. She's another indie girl that we'll be talking about in the future as well.
You know what? I like that girl.
She was a Rosebud a couple years ago.
Yeah, and you know she is. Oh my god.
She's new as well. She's only been wrestling for like 2 years. So it's like she's still a little green in the ring, but it's like, trust me, this girl's got a bright future.
You know what it is with her? She's still like a little green in the ring, but she commands presence. And she looks like she knows what she's doing, and she has good footwork. That I can say about her. I feel like she hesitates a bit, but that's something that she can work through. She just needs good training. I feel like she doesn't get that she hasn't found a good team to train her like somebody at the Performance Center.
Yeah, I was just going to say, she doesn't have that Performance Center training right now, but if she had that, I feel like she would be...
She has the look.
She's a beautiful girl.
She has the look. And she has a great body, and she moves very well in the ring. I like her moonsault. I kind of like that it's a little authentic, and it's kind of like a little messy. But
I was going to say, that was kind of a messy moonsault.
I like that it's messy. Is that weird?
Well, no, it kind of makes it look more realistic.
It makes it look like hers. Like Lita's moonsault was a little messy.
It was pretty messy, yeah.
But we loved it. You know what I mean? Everybody loved when Lita hit that freaking moonsault.
Oh yeah.
So, and I like that hers is a little messy. I don't know. It makes it hers. That's her moonsault. So I like it. It's not clean. It's rough. And not everything got to be perfect. Like I said, not every diva got to be a 10. No. I'm not here for it. It's boring. That's boring to me. Like, the whole thing, we're going back to the Bellas. Everybody wants the Bellas to hold the belt, and the Bellas this because they're pretty. That's so boring to me. No.
Boring.
It's so boring.
And it's like the rest of these women are beautiful, too. So it's like, just like, get one that has more personality and more wrestling skill. Like, there we go.
I don't know, but going back to Hanaya.
Yeah, let's talk about Hanaya a little bit more, though.
The girl, like, if you guys haven't heard about Hanaya, I suggest you guys go and,
start off with the Athena matches.
Yeah, she had a great feud with Athena. They have multiple matches. You guys can find them on YouTube. There's a couple of free matches on YouTube, like the one that we just talked about with her versus Mandy in a tag team match. It was with some other Asian woman, and one of the girls that was on NXT. She was a jobber for Nia Jax.
Diana Perazzo.
Yeah, she was there too, and I liked her too. I liked her in that match.
She's a great worker. She needs a gimmick though. Like she's very kind of bland.
She needs to change that gear too. I don't like the gear.
That's her new gear that she got too for NXT. So
I don't like it. I think
she'll be using that for a while.
It reminds me of like that VH1 show Charm School. Like I don't like it. It kind of like looks like Cameron's a bit. I don't know. It looks like an Ivy League vest, like from a college or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's an indie girl, so it's like they're
she had an indie gear, unlike Hanaya, who has like a hot ass gear.
And like multiple hot ass gears, like so that, because I've seen one and then I've seen another kind of tanned one that she had too, and it's just like the cutouts. I'm like, oh, She's beautiful.
It's so appropriate for her character. It looks like she really like skinned a bear or a beaver and then
Yes,
turned it
and
into
her
a bear.
entrance. Like, can we get to her entrance, people?
Oh.
Like, when we're talking about personality and this girl getting her gimmick down, like, how she even enters the ring is
Yeah.
just so, like...
She jumps over the top rope and slams on... I like that.
And it's just, like, impactful,
It
you know?
is. She can
You don't see any other women doing that, and then her howls, and it's like, oh, amazing.
I love how she howls. And I
She's
feel
got
like,
a great voice, too.
and I think that's going to be great for her. Like, if she makes it to the WWE, have the fans howl with her. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she can call her fans her wolves. Like,
The
her
wolf
cubs. Something. Like, there's so many things you could go with her. And, like, the gear. Like, I could already think about the merch, the wolf merch and all that stuff. Cause
Oh, my God,
she's
yeah.
a pack runner.
Those cute little, like, head... like hoodie type of things, like they could make something like that, and that's the thing, WWE has never had a Native American diva, not that I'm aware of, like, and they've had extremely racist gimmicks in the past, but it's like now in 2016, I feel like, especially with NXT incorporating all these different ethnicities and races down there with Asuka and now Athena and some other girls, it's like, have her in there now too. I feel like that would be amazing, and like, kind of going on that too, another girl I'd like to see down in NXT, Su Yung.
Oh, we love her. She's
Love
been
Su
with
Yung.
WWE before. She was a part of FCW. She used to date Jerry the King Lawler. It didn't work out for
It's
her.
like a different woman now, honest to God.
You know what? I was listening to a Brad Maddox interview. You know that she gave Brad the name Brad?
Really?
Yeah, like they were talking to Brad and they asked Brad because Brad was like, oh, it was some girl that was like an interviewer there. And I remember Su Yung was the interviewer at the time when Brad Maddox first came into the FCW scene. And he's like, I don't know, it was some girl, she's an interviewer. She's like, she's not there anymore. And he was like, they were thinking about names. And she's like, well, you look like a Brad. And he was like, all right, Brad it is. But he liked the name Maddox. He wanted to go with Maddox, but she was like, you look like a Brad. So they went with Brad Maddox. So, give funny little backstory on
there you go, Su Yung.
But, like, she is a smart character. Like, she
now,
left
that's another
WWE.
character gimmick on the indie scene
Yeah.
that has taken
That's
over.
somebody... Alright, when WWE don't want you, and you leave WWE, you go out and make a name for yourself, she is, like, a definition on, like, what to do. She left, she reinvented her whole self, and made a name for herself in the indie scene. And that's a woman with no wrestling experience. That's insane.
That is insane. And she's amazing, too. Like, her gimmick, and she has that creepy finisher move, like that claw, the mandible claw. I'm like, oh, it's just so different, especially from a woman's wrestling perspective. It's like, yes, I would love to see a character, especially in the women's division or Divas division in WWE NXT right now, because it's like, we don't have any kind of psychotic, crazy females right now. So
No.
that'd be great. Like, her and... Hanaya, those two are currently my favorites right now in the indie scene. But yeah, I'm looking at some other women as well and like kind of looking up some other matches. So, listeners, if you know anybody, I have to talk to Maggie too. She'll fill
What
me in
about
on
that other girl that you like? I forgot her name, but you were tweeting. She retweeted us on.
What, Renee Michelle?
Yes.
She's beautiful, eh?
I watched a couple of her matches, and that girl's a hard hitter. She
She
hard.
is.
And she's for a pretty little girl like that. Like, you wouldn't expect it from her. I saw
No,
her running
she
knee.
looks like a Barbie doll. Like, she's beautiful. But yeah, she's a great worker. And I think she's only been wrestling for under a year or so.
Yeah. Like, I just need, like a girl like her, she could stay in the indie scenes for a little longer.
Oh yeah, she can. She needs to kind of build her craft.
Yeah. But somebody like Hanaya and, like, Su Yung.
Like Hanaya and Su Yung, even kind of like Candice LeRae, those girls, they're ready.
Yeah. I could see them coming up. But, you know, that's, you know what, guys, the listeners, this is kind of what sparked our whole, like, thing with, the talking about more indie people on our, podcast is because there's so many great talent out there that we're not talking about. And we recently started getting back into it because we've always, like, you know, we know what's going on in the indie scene, but we don't really, like, pay attention. So,
Right, we just kind of like follow the news about
what's going on. But it's good that we're like, you know, let's focus on this. New year, new us. Let's focus.
New Year, New Us, and Lucha Underground Season 2 is coming out at the end of this month, which I cannot wait. Like, that is my heroine. So
Yes.
I'm so excited for that. So we'll be covering Lucha Underground as well.
I'm super excited. And tonight, they're going to be showing the marathon.
Oh, it's like the marathon, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to show, I think it's I think it's the last 5 episodes they're showing, and 2 nights before Lucha Underground debuts, they're gonna show the full season. So I believe, what date do they start? I believe it's the 27th.
I think it's the 27th.
Yeah. So 2 days before the 27th, you could turn on to El Rey Network and you can watch the whole thing. Or DVR, guys. Set up your DVRs and record everything. I believe it's like 25 episodes, isn't it? I believe it's something like that.
I believe it's like 25 or 28 or something like that. But they're amazing. And it's like, I wish they'd get on Netflix as well, because it's like storylines at Lucha Underground. Like, listeners, if you're not a Lucha Underground fan,
you're missing out.
Yeah, you're missing out, because there's talent down there that WWE has tried to pick up, like Prince Puma, My Bay, Ricochet, or Angelico. Like, there's a lot of names down there that they want. Mil Muertes has been kind of name dropped as well, but these guys are the stars down there, and they're not leaving anytime soon. So
it's just a great product, and they're building something different. And you know what? When I watch Lucha Underground, I don't think I'm watching wrestling. I feel like I'm watching a TV show.
Exactly, me too. My brother's not that big of a wrestling fan anymore. Like, we used to play the video games, but since I showed him Lucha, that's like, he loves wrestling. Like, he loves Lucha. That's all he'll want to talk about. I'm like, yes.
I know.
It's so fast-paced, and the storyline, the production value of it, too, is amazing. And they've got great women down there as well. So I'm just looking forward to Season 2, especially with Katrina being the new Jefe in town. So.
And you know what's so funny? Which you speaking of the women in Lucha Underground, the baddest bitch is in Lucha Underground. Eva Liz Perez. That is my favorite. Well,
is she your favorite indie girl right now?
I can't say she's an indie girl anymore.
That's true. She's a luchadora.
But Sammy wants to come in. Let's have Sammy come in and say hello.
Hello, Kiki.
I just, Nick, I don't know what it is. I've always been obsessed with her ever since I saw her in Tough Enough when she was the Huntress. I forget what her old name was.
I believe she was the Huntress.
It was some character like that WWE didn't do anything with. But and then I liked her match with Paige. That was awesome. I just wish that she stuck around, because this girl's such a great talent. She's such a great talent. But you know what? I'm glad that she's on Lucha Underground, because she's killing it over there.
She is. Like, she's a really good, just kind of addition to the roster, too. Like, especially that tag team. She really brings a lot to it.
Yeah.
So.
Hey,
hello, Sam.
Samuel.
Sam Pele. No?
No. Maybe he's on mute. He's probably on mute. He probably hasn't even realized it yet. Oh, it disconnected him. Oh, well, he'll come in when he's in.
Right. But yeah, like, indie scene has been killing it lately, and Lucha, like, I'm so excited for that. So once that starts coming out, we'll be covering that on our weekly shows as well.
So, are we going to talk a little bit about Mr. TNA or Miss TNA on Pop TV?
Sure. That's the last thing that I had here, because I need to go get something to eat here soon. So if you and Sam want to continue, if, like, it works out, you guys can talk about that.
Sam?
But, Sam, are you good?
No. Go on. It's all right.
All right. Let's talk about TNA a little bit, though. So, did you watch any of the segments?
So, here's the thing. I was so excited to check in on TNA. I was like, I'm not gonna be a hater. They're trying to start something new. You know, I'm gonna.
The new year.
Yeah, I was like, let me check in. So, all right. First, let's start off with that card with the Beautiful People versus the Dollhouse. That made no damn sense. Everybody knew that Angelina Love is 7 months pregnant, TNA. Why the hell are you going to put her on a card when everybody knows that she cannot wrestle? I thought that was just so stupid of them. I feel like that was bad marketing, and it was just dumb. End of the day, dumb. So why would you do, like, Anyways, I don't get it. So, surprise tag partner. Surprise, it's Gail Kim. Like,
the only other knockout
yeah,
on the roster.
only one they got. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, that was just so stupid. They should have went with a one-on-one match, or maybe build Kong and Gail Kim. Everybody loves to see those two wrestle. That's what you guys should have did. Period. Give us a good match. Maybe make it a ladder match or something for the Knockouts title. I couldn't even tell you who's the Knockouts champion. Do you know?
It's Gail Kim.
Are you kidding me? They could have put the title belt. Give us a ladder match. Like, no, they want to give us a Dollhouse. First of all, the Dollhouse is a hot mess.
Ratchet. Can I just say that? The Dollhouse is ratchet.
I don't like it at all. People love it. If you like it, that's you. But
If it's your cup of tea, whatever, you go for it.
But here's the thing with TNA. I thought I had Pop TV over here on the East Coast. But apparently, on the East Coast, they're not on the basic Dish Network, whatever plan that you get. And that's what I have. So I was assuming, they say they were on the radio station. I mean, I forget what I was. No, I was listening to Jeremy Borash on the Ross Report, and he was talking about how they're on Dish Network on this channel. So I'm like, easy. I was like, I have Dish Network. So, I mean, Dish TV. So I get home, I'm like, let me put this shit on record. I go, I don't have the channel. And I'm like, well, I ain't buying this crap. I was like, I'm not buying it to watch TNA. So right there, wrong move. Then again, this is your third network in 2 years? Like, you guys are not consistent. I think it's the third network in 3 years. They were at Spike TV. No, third network in 2 years. Spike TV, Destination America, now Pop TV. And they still can't get it right. They can't even put out a card right. They got a pregnant chick on the card. So I was just like, whatever, TNA. So I just read up in it. And then, you know what? They had their debut. And they barely trended because Wrestle Kingdom was the same week. And WWE are rumored to sign all these people. So everything failed for them. They
had a bad time.
They can't win.
Well, they don't have... I'm sorry. Like, I know it's a company and it's easier said from our perspectives. We don't run it. But it's like... It just seems like they have very lazy, like, kind of like production and like kind of like storytelling. And it's... I don't know. Like, TNA's just never done it for me. Like, I watched it strictly for the knockouts when they had the greatest women's division back in the day. But now it's just like... dropping like flies. The Dollhouse, I'm not here for. I'm sorry. I do not like Rebel. I like Jade. She's a great worker, but it's just a horrible look for her. Like, they need to completely give her a different look. Put a mask on this girl or something.
Oh my god, Nick. You're so shady. I read in that a lot of the fans, like Jade's fans, Mia Yim, a lot of people who follow her work would like talk, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't really follow her work, and I don't really follow what's going on in TNA with her.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of her matches with Athena on the indie scenes. They have great chemistry together. That's another too.
A lot of people were saying that TNA is not letting her wrestle like how she usually wrestles. They were like, they're not letting her be herself. They wish that she would unleash her and take her out. There's just too many stables in TNA. There's just too many. And there's not enough girls.
Yeah.
And like they just lost Brooke Tessmacher, who I hope comes to WWE. Like, she's a girl I would like to see in WWE. I feel like
I would love to just see her in WWE versus NXT. Like, just come right to WWE.
Yeah, I don't want her in NXT.
It's too crowded down there right now.
I think she's a girl that can come in and mix it up with the main roster chicks. I really do, and I think that she could have a spot on Total Divas. I really do.
I do as well.
She's from a big state in America. She's from Texas, and when WWE goes there, she's the hometown girl. I feel like they have a good market for Brooke Tessmacher.
She's a beautiful girl. Yeah. She's great in the ring from working in TNA for all those years. So it's like it's a win-win.
I would do.
But yeah, they don't have any women down in TNA.
Well, like they got Maria now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking, we got a new debut. But before we get into that, the Dollhouse at the end, Awesome Kong comes down, and she's sporting some new blue dreads. She's got some blue makeup. She's looking cute, to be honest. Anyway, she comes in. We think she's going to help Gail Kim, Madison Rayne. No, she squashes them, and now she's joined the Beautiful People. So it's different.
The Dollhouse.
Or the Dollhouse, sorry. Yeah, see, it's like I can't even get the right one.
The Beautiful People shouldn't even be a thing right now. It's like...
And you know what? Velvet Sky? Ugh.
What about...
Just let this girl go. Like, how desperate... I'm just going to give this girl a little dragging real quick. Like, how desperate does this girl have to be where she's practically begging for a job with WWE over her social media when she works for another company and her boy is in WWE and he's trying to get her a job? It's like, just stop, Velvet. Like, nobody wants you. You're not going to be the third Dudley member. Like, you've had your time, and for 11 years you still can't do a decent drop kick. Like, go away. Just go away.
What is she doing on Twitter? I haven't been following.
I don't follow her because I have her blocked and she blocked me, but it's because I called her out on that transphobic stuff.
Yeah.
And she didn't have that. So anyway,
I know that Bubba has been like campaigning about how great she would be for
Oh
WWE.
yeah, she's been campaigning and she's been posting photos of herself wearing
Dudley
like
outfit.
the plaid, the Dudley stuff, and like being like, oh, Dudley's need a new member and like all this
Yeah.
stuff. Like, you are working for another company. Like, get your shit together, girl. Like, how desperate you
I'm
need
not
to
gonna
be.
knock her because WWE is the dream. I'm not gonna knock her at all. But Velvet, honey,
I'm gonna knock her. She's working for the opposite company of it. You shouldn't be,
Yeah.
especially under contract. Like, that's so unprofessional. I'm sorry.
I can understand, like, being in a wrestling business, your goal should be WWE, or who knows? Who am I to say? But if I was a wrestler, majority of the wrestlers, you know what? I will say it. You're lying if you don't want to be in WWE. If you don't want a WrestleMania moment,
Oh, I
you
understand
are
she's supposed to
lying.
be WWE, but for her to tag Triple H constantly and WWE
Lies.
did the
She
Dudleys
tagged
and like,
Triple
please
H.
hire me, and it's like you're working for another company.
Fucking lies.
Oh, it's just a
She
mess.
did not tag Triple H.
I bet she did.
It's looking, you now you being messy, man.
I bet you $5 this bitch tagged Triple
I'm
H.
gonna
in
look,
her
because
clothes.
I'm
Go
not
look it
blocked.
up. Look it up.
I will. But, you know, she's missed her boat. At the end of the day, you've missed. WWE doesn't need you. You're not going to bring any
WWE
money.
doesn't want you.
They don't need you. They don't need you were hot at one point with the beautiful people, and that's when they would have picked you up. If they didn't pick you up when you were hot with the beautiful people, they're not going to pick you up now, honey, because you're sucking Bubba Ray off. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not. And, like, she's never she never perfected her craft. Never.
No, she's horrible. I'm sorry. I know Megan's a big fan of her, but like over the years in TNA, especially working with all those talented women,
She's a
you
good
would've thought-
talker. I give her that.
She's a good what?
She's good on the mic. I don't
Yeah,
mind her
she's
on the
okay
mic.
on the mic. I'll give her that. But wrestling, it's like she's the worst. I hate her.
She's very
I hate her character. I hate her like wrestling style.
I feel like Kelly was more fluid in the ring than her.
I'd rather watch Kelly matches than Velvet Sky matches.
I agree.
Any day.
Me too.
Any day of the week.
She's very like she's like I don't know, like she has two
She
left
gives me Ashley vibes.
Mazzaro.
Yeah. Like all these years just staying like, and it's no, like to Ashley's credit, she never had proper training. She probably would have been alright. But it's like she just has that like awkward footwork and just choppy in the ring, and it's like the girls try their best to just sell their moves, but she's just, I don't know. I don't like her.
Oh,
But
Maria.
anyways, let's move on to a new knockout that I actually do like. It's Maria, the first lady of professional wrestling. So you didn't see her segment, did you, James?
No, you told me it's on YouTube, and I've been meaning to watch it. I gotta watch
Right.
it.
Okay, well, it's pretty cool. She starts it off, and she's like on the mic introducing herself and introducing Mike Bennett, and I guess he's like the wrestling god or the wrestling
Yeah, he's
Jesus
the
or something.
miracle.
Yeah, the miracle. So anyway, she's looking kind of thoughty, to be honest. Her hair is beautiful, but she's wearing this kind of thoughty dress. But anyway, they're in the ring and they're like chatting, and he's just practically saying like he's here to save TNA. I'm like, okay, well, they need the saving. So it's interesting, and I'm happy to see another woman in TNA. And I've always been kind of a fan of Maria, to be honest. After she left WWE, like sticking with wrestling and kind of like establishing herself as one of the only women in Ring of Honor, I was like, okay, girl, like I'll give you some props.
So what I can say about Maria is when she was released from WWE, she's one of the divas that I was just like, aw, I liked her. You know, and she won Diva of the Year that year. She was on Celebrity Apprentice, and they still released her. I was just like, that was just weird.
It was because she wanted to do her music
Music,
thing.
yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
Like, Maria, you should have just shut the fuck up with the music. Let me be
really?
honest
Come
with
on.
you.
Where did that get you?
Like, this is the Pipe on Pie. We're going to keep it real. She should have just let it go. When they told you no, it's no. Bye. Like, no. But apparently she fought it or whatever. And I know she had a lot of problems with the Bella Twins. She had a lot of problems with other divas backstage because she's very opinionative and she will speak her mind, which I like that about her.
She's a smart girl.
She's a very smart girl. And if anybody ever tells me that she's a dumb bitch, you're the dumb bitch. Because she is a very bright girl. I watched her on Celebrity Apprentice. She was the star player of that damn show. And I feel like
She's
she
in
was
school
wrong.
right now as well.
Guess where
so.
she's in school? This girl is in school 10 minutes away from my house. And I hit her up on freaking Instagram. I sent her a DM. I was like, "This, oh, you go to J Woo." I was like, "This, Maria, we should meet up for some coffee." And I sent her everything. That we should meet up, this, that, and the third, because she literally, and then one day I saw on her Twitter that she was like, oh, heading into class, and I was downtown, and that's the day I hit her up. But, she didn't get back to me. And the other day I tweeted her, I was like, do you have Snapchat? Because I want to know where the picture's at. So,
yeah, I know. Like, you and Maria hit it up.
Yeah, so I could just run into her and be like, oh, Maria.
But, Maria, I didn't see you there.
Yeah, and she lives here. She lives in Providence, Rhode Island. So she does not live that far away from me at all. So I'm trying to link up with Maria. I would love to sit down with her and do like an on-camera interview with Maria. Because I would love to pick her brain. And,
oh my God, how amazing would that be?
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna stop being a creeper now. Now I'm gonna try to be her friend. I'm gonna start liking her shit, retweet her here or there. I'm gonna do all.
You're so beautiful. You're my woman crush for every day.
I'm gonna smooze her. I'm gonna do all the Hollywood moves, and then I'm like, all right, girl, I need you for this.
Okay, I did all my work. Now you got to give me something.
No, but I've always liked Maria. At the end of the day, like, all kidding aside, I really like this girl. I feel like she has a good brain for this product, and I feel like TNA is not doing her any favors. She's doing the favor to TNA.
She is, yeah.
So, and
she's that star power that they need.
And all the rumors that she was coming to WWE, everybody was wrong. I guess it was TNA. Or maybe it didn't work out with WWE. Maybe
to be honest, what I think may have happened is that WWE is interested in Mike, but they didn't really want to bring back Maria because they already had her. And so I think now that they're kind of a couple deal now, so they got the offer from TNA and they went there. That's what I see.
Or maybe they went with the Bullet Club instead of the Kingdom.
Oh, that's true.
Because the Kingdom's with Adam Cole and Tarver and Tarvin, I think that's his name, and Maria, and I really like them. But Adam Cole he's saying that he's not ready for WWE. Like, he's doing other things right now. He's at Ring of Honor and all that. He just came back from an injury, and he was on the Sam Roberts podcast this week as well, and he was talking about how he does want to be in WWE. He does want a WrestleMania moment, and he does want to be a heavyweight champion. But he's only 26 years old.
He's gonna pull a Balor and kind of like earn his craft and like earn his roots over in Japan or wherever he is.
Nick, you hit it right on the head because he said he wants more tours in Japan and he wants to main event a Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
he has goals,
and he will, to be honest.
And I respect him that he's not. Oh, I'm just gonna go to WWE. No, he wants to go to WWE respected, like a Finn Balor, a Hideo,
like a legend,
Tommy.
like an indie legend,
an AJ Styles. He wants to go there respected, and the guy
Kevin Owens, a Sami Zayn.
You guys know how I feel about my Adam Cole. You guys know.
Oh yeah, he's your indie bae.
Oh yeah, all day. Adam Cole, baby. And I hate that Heath Slater stole that, and I like that Sam Roberts brought that up in the interview. Sam was like, I don't know about Heath Slater saying that, and I was like, for real? It's like, that's Adam Cole, baby. I don't know. I love Adam Cole, and he's easy on the eyes, obviously. So.
Oh yeah, he's beefy.
Yeah. So, but
he's not my cup of tea. But.
Oh, he is my cup of tea, my shot of wine, my everything. He's everything. I want it all for him. He's my blunt. He's my cup of tea. He's my pillow. He's my blanket. He's my shower. He's everything. Everything.
Oh, geez.
But when it comes to, but then again, I don't know. It's so tough to pick between him and Brad. But I always say Brad is bae and Adam Cole is my side.
Where is Brad, to be honest?
Brad is waiting on his 90 days. So we're going to get nothing from Brad until those 90 days are up.
Okay.
But back to
Maria.
Maria.
You know what? He needs family time. This baby's been
way.
away from his baby for a while, so.
We're still in the indie thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, Zara. Props to you, my girl.
And we're gonna tag you, Zara,
and
I hope you listen to this because you've received a lot of shade in the past for what happened, but you have been killing it on the indie scene, girl, and you're slaying. You're beautiful. Like, oh my god, she's another girl I would love to snag an interview with.
I would love it. You know what? With Zara, I forgive you. You made a mistake. You're human. I don't feel like she's a bad person. I'm so sick of people insulting her because she dates Seth Rollins. Like
Gigi.
Yeah, like, let it go. Like, she's a grown-ass woman. Seth Rollins is a grown-ass man. People need to separate the WWE thing with people's lives. And, they are human. And, clearly they have a thing for each other. They still hang out. They go on vacation together. If they're still together or not, that's nobody's business. I don't know if they're together still. I don't know. But I don't care. Because this girl has been killing it on the indie indie scene. She's been cutting these promos. She's been running in with that new stable, 6 Deep. I love that 6 Deep shirt. I love their merch. I want that shirt. I need to go on ProWrestlingTees.com and buy that shirt. I love the shirt. And I love her look with this whole thing. And you know what? She is going to make a name for herself in that indie scene because she's a legit wrestling fan. And WWE will rehire her. Mark my words. Because she's too important of that for them to let her go. Not, I wouldn't say important. She's too, I feel like she's valuable. Because she's such a different look.
Yeah.
And so rare to find a woman.
And they still
like that.
haven't found that look for a diva since she left yet. So.
And I think this could be a blessing in disguise for her. Her getting fired and all this shit. And you know what? WWE can bring her back as a red hot heel and let people hate her. That's okay with me. Because I don't hate her. I like the girl and I respect that. I respect her love for this business. And props to you, Zara. Keep it up. Keep it the fuck up and fuck all the haters. And I like
She's
that.
been killing it lately. And like with her and Seth, if they're still, I do believe they're still in a relationship
Probably.
too. So as long as she's still with him and like, I mean, he's still with the company. So it's like down the line, I could see her getting signed back. She just needs to kind of
Let
just
it
work
die
on her
down.
craft, get her name out there.
And let this whole little shindig that, you know, what went on with her, let it die down. That's
Right,
it.
let it sizzle out. Give it remember the whole Chris Brown
Yeah,
instant.
it'll
Like it
die
took a
out.
couple years for people to kind of stop bringing that up every single time they seen them. So
Yeah, but I don't know. I love Zara. I loved her since the day she got signed. I thought she was a beautiful woman. And then when I
was upset when she got released.
I was disappointed. And you know, I couldn't believe everybody. You guys were all telling me, no, James, she did say this and that and the third. And here's the receipts. Gigi was so happy to show me all of it. And I was bummed. I was disappointed. But this girl, her promo skills, I was just like, oh my God, what a shame. That's all I think. Every time I see her things, I be like, what a shame. But I'm so glad that I still get to see her work.
Hey, who knows? She may be picked up from another company down the line. Like we'd like I don't know, her style's not much of a lucha, but
No. Who knows?
but no, and I don't want to see this poor girl go to TNA.
No.
So.
Maybe that whole Gorilla Pro Wrestling that they have.
True.
Or the Global Wrestling.
Oh, Global Force Wrestling.
Yeah, or ROH. I could see her going into ROH.
I feel like ROH would be appropriate because now with Maria and them kind of out of there, they need
And
to
she
have-
has that 6 Deep stable with her.
Yeah.
I could see them moving on to ROH.
I think that's the good direction for Zara right now.
Yeah.
Kind of like go to ROH. There is other women down there, so if she's still interested in
She
wrestling,
could
there's
feud
still a
with
couple
Mandy.
women she can train with. And like
Her and Mandy could have a nice feud. That would be fun to watch.
that'd be fun.
But I don't know. I like Zara. I like her. And props to her. You are killing it, girl. And keep it the fuck up. That's my girl.
And I'm loving her hair now too. Oh,
She's a beautiful woman. And I'm
Beautiful.
all here for her. So people, you want to hate on her? Hate on her. I don't care. I like her.
if you want to hate on her, hate on us now too.
And for
Like
real.
really, like
I
she's been
want to take
killing
her
it,
out of the
and-
river. I really do.
Yeah, I agree, but we're gonna have
We have to wait for everybody else.
Yeah.
I know Gigi ain't going to take her out.
Gigi's not taking her, but I think maybe, and I don't think Tom will either.
No, definitely not.
But Sam might.
Sam might. And Josh. maybe.
Josh might too. So overall, we'll take her out.
I know. If we win, we'll take her.
Majority rules.
I don't know. I never wanted to put her in there to begin with, but whatever.
She needed it though. She needed a good wash, and now that she's washed, it's like washed away the sin.
I don't know. I'm just glad I get to see her. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm glad she's still in the wrestling scene.
Mm.
Like instead of just like, well, I had my shot, here I go. You know, like you're not hearing Devin Taylor going anywhere.
You know what's crazy? Speaking of the river, we haven't inducted anybody. I guess everybody's been on their best behavior.
Everybody's been sitting on their hands waiting around that river. So.
I know we haven't fought. You know, because see, we're not haters. Everybody's been doing a good job. Can't throw anybody.
And really, we only put somebody in the river if they do something really bad.
Really bad.
Or say something really stupid.
We pulled out the Bellas last week.
Yeah.
So because they've improved. But we'll see.
And Corey Graves got pulled out of there because
Yeah.
he improved. So
Yep.
you have a chance to get out. But Sonny and Bill DeMont, I don't think they're going.
No. And then we have Darren Young, who I believe still belongs in there.
He's in there, and I'm glad that him and Titus are separated.
Is he injured?
I don't think so.
I haven't seen him. And we got Hulk in there, and we got Sarah Lee, who I think is going to be in there for a good time.
Sarah Lee will be in there until she proves herself to us.
Yeah, until she debuts, I guess.
Can you imagine she pulls out all this crazy, like, luchador stuff?
Oh, please.
Anyways, so I think that should be it to cover up the show.
Yeah. I think we're good.
I think we're good. Well, I'm wanted to just thank all the listeners who have stayed for the entire thing, and just I hope you liked our indie talk, because this will be kind of a newer stuff we'll be talking about every week, because there's a lot of WWE stuff, but sometimes it can be kind of dry. So
yeah, we like to spice it up a bit. You know, we gave them a little. I think it was good.
I think we gave a couple of them a history lesson for a couple of those listeners who don't watch a lot of other wrestling.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, it will be good. It will be good for you guys to kind of like listen and like figure out, and maybe if we like jock your interest about some of these wrestlers, for you guys to look them up. And, like if you look them up, comment down below and tell us what you thought. So
exactly.
But yeah, so James, is there any final thoughts or anything you want to say before we head out tonight?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, well, where can people follow you on social media if they want to talk, shade, do whatever with you?
Well, if you're going to shade me, you better come right, because I be ready. I got them gifts locked and loaded. But you can follow me at Jimmy James, Jaymes.
Perfect. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can find me at Prince Pipebomb. You can find me on Instagram at Prince Pipebomb and Tumblr at Prince Pipebomb. And if you want to follow our official Twitter account for the Pipebomb podcast, you can follow it at _Real Pipebomb, where it is so fun over there. Sam, myself, and Tom is in there every once in a while. We do gifts of the day, we do bombshells, pipe bombs. A lot of independent women's wrestlers have been retweeting us. We got a couple retweets from Asuka. So it's been awesome. And Dana Brooke, Cameron, girls have been awesome over there. So if you guys have been missing TPP, just head over there because it's updated daily. And yeah, other than that, Behind the Shade will be out. So you guys just stay tuned for that.
Yeah, one Behind the Shade will be out really, really soon. I can
You
say
just
that.
hold on, guys. We'll be well
It
worth it.
is really,
We have lots of surprises too.
really, really soon, guys. This time, I mean it.
You mean it this time.
I mean it. Really soon.
Fingers crossed, though.
Really soon. Really soon.
All right. Well, thanks, James, for chatting it up with me tonight.
It was fun, Nikki.
It was fun. All right. Talk to you later.
Toodaloo. Enjoy SmackDown.
I will. Bye.
Bye.